Today's a good day. Today is a good day. I spent 4 hours vibe coding, only to just have that totally go off the rails and finally just say, you know what, let's just start over. It's not even that good of an app, okay? I don't know. I had some people said they'd be glad to beta test it for me. We'll see. We'll see if that's a thing. But anyway. And then, I've also been 3D printing. I had my first mess up, but that was my fault completely on the 3D printer. I had downloaded something that said it had to be printed in PETG, which is a harder filament. And I didn't want to put PETG in my thing, so I thought, well, I'll just do PLA, which is the base you use for anything that's just, anything. So I said, oh, well, you don't have the right type of filament. I said, okay, well, just print on PLA. No, that was bad. Here's why it's bad. Because the design, because it knew it was printing on PETG, set the temperatures higher, and that was too high for PLA. So you want it with spaghetti. And yeah, so it was bad, my fault. It didn't hurt the printer. It said, hey, we noticed that you got spaghetti. What do you want to do? You want to try to fix it? You want to try to resurrect it? And then realizing the mistake was mine, I said, no, let's just cancel that. So I could try again, but I would want to definitely drop the temperature down to a PLA temperature. So that was my fault. And then the other thing, I recorded a video today. And I've got one more I'm going to do. I'm making a quick Uber Eats run for the fam. And then I'm going to go back and do another video. Now the next one's going to be more involved and elaborate. Dude, your exhaust pipe is dragging the ground. I hope they know. So anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So this has been a constructive day. Why did it take me a whole week to get to a productive day? Oh, your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, awesome. So anyway, there you go. All right. Anyway, my daughter is still homesick with a really bad cold. She is snotting like nobody's business. So she has missed 4 days of school after the whole attendance snafu recovery. I'm like, girl, I can't fix this if you go beyond. So you've got to figure out some way to stay healthy. Start eating better, start taking vitamins. Just take care of yourself, girl. Take care of yourself. This is not good. Yeah. This will be fun. This will be fun, right? Right. Yeah. Let's see what happens. All right. Well, I'm helping with Poundwood Derby next week. I'm excited about that, but they're asking me questions. I'm like, I've never done a Poundwood Derby before. I've witnessed them, when my oldest son was in Scouts, but I haven't. They want me to do the computer stuff for the Poundwood Derby, so I'm hoping I get my hands on this equipment and can learn the dark arts of Poundwood Derby. What I am learning is that the world of Poundwood Derby is very biased toward Windows. So I can run part of it on my Mac just fine. But then the other part of me is wondering, the other part is supposed to run on a Windows machine. So then part of me is like, can I run it in a virtual machine, and am I going to have problems with USB? I got a USB-C to 9-pin serial cable. The serial cable was supposed to plug in, but now suddenly they're showing the equipment and it's using an RJ11. What? That need one of those crazy Cisco adapters. There used to be like the Cisco adapter, and you plugged in, I didn't think it was RJ11, but you plugged in an RJ11 into the back of it, and then that plugged into a serial connection on your computer. Okay, anyway. We shall see what becomes of this. I asked my daughter if I could borrow her Windows laptop. Trying to be nice. I'm just taking the Windows laptop and just gonna run on her laptop because, you know, I did buy her that stupid thing. So she can loan it to me for the 4 hours I need it for A Pound with Derby. Anyway. Or I try to do it all in emulation on a VM on my Mac. I just don't know. I feel like I'm painting myself into some kind of weird corner. I may need to borrow a Windows laptop. How dare the world make me do something stupid like that? But okay, fine. All right. Anyway. I've ordered a bunch more of filament. Amazon had Sunlu filament on sale. I have gone through 65% of all my filament. I had 4 rolls. I have more that are different colors, and I know now why people get 2 automatic feeders and put on their printer, because they want the options for 8 colors at one time. I also know why people have more than one 3D printer, because if you print something that takes 4 hours, you get excited and you want to print something else, and you can't print but one thing at a time. And yeah, okay, yeah, welcome to these first world problems. All right, I hope you have an amazing weekend. I'm doing my Uber Eats run, headed to Chick-fil-A to pick up some stuff. Bye.